Hello everyone, welcome back to Vic's Tarot Guidance. This is my free YouTube channel, so welcome if you are new and just discovering this channel, and also welcome if you are a returning user. If you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing to this channel down below. And if you're interested in a personal reading from me, all the information is also in the description box below this video. Please send me an email. You'll find it down in the description box below if you're interested in a more personal touch upon your situation. So today we are going to be looking at a cute little video that is part of my current Valentine Special Series. This is number 2 of the Valentine Special Series that we have going on around Valentine's Day on this channel. And we're going to be asking a quite loaded question. What does your crush really truly feel and think about you right now? So what are your crush's current feelings, current thoughts about you and about your situation? What's going on from their perspective? So we have 3 groups to choose from today. They're going to have specific messages meant for you specifically. So pile number 1 or group number 1 is going to be this beautiful rose quartz crystal. So the rose quartz for group number 1. Group number 2 is going to be the green Aventurine crystal. And group or pile number 3 is going to be this beautiful polished amethyst crystal. So this one for group number 3. You can pick the groups based on your intuition, based on your affinity with crystals. You can also scroll down below and look at the timestamps for each specific group if maybe you resonate with a specific number, or if something calls to you that really resonates with you, that's going to be your group for this specific reading. If you feel like you are guided to more than one pile, you might have messages for you in many piles. So don't worry about that, but just feel yourself guided to the piles that you are guided to, and then just be mindful about which messages are meant for you. Take what resonates and leave what does not resonate for you guys today, all right? This is, of course, also a timeless reading, so even though if you are seeing it, after Valentine's Day, that's still going to apply to you. You are here for a reason. You're seeing this video for a reason. There are specific messages here meant for you today, all right? So I would invite you now to take a few deep breaths, maybe drink a bit of water, just to flush out everything that has been going out throughout the day, and come here with a clean slate, with a clean beginner's mind, so we can dive in and get clear messages for everyone. So if you feel you need a little bit more time now, feel free to pause the video at this very point. Otherwise, scroll down below to get your timestamp, click on it, and I'll see you guys in your chosen groups. Hello, my beautiful group number 1. If you picked this rose quartz crystal, or if any other circumstances have guided you towards this group, this is going to be your reading for what does your crush feel and think about you. All right, this is a Valentine Special number 2 going strong here. And let's see what your crush has to say to you guys today. So, Spirit, please, for group number 1, what is going on with their crush? What does their crush feel and think about? My beautiful group number 1 collective. Please, Spirit, for group number 1 here. Oh, we have the Queen of Coins. They see you as someone very abundant, very beautiful, very open, very knowledgeable of how the world works. I'm hearing like you have street smarts, your person is saying here. You have street smarts, you know things. They admire you greatly. They love the way you dressed. You may have some Taurus in you, or you just know how to dress. You have that skill. You know how to present yourself really, really well. Your person is saying they love your appearance often. So you have that strong, some kind of an affinity to you. Something that's very alluring, something that draws the eye. Let's see what else comes through now. What does... Oh, we have the Four of Wands showing up. Someone has commitment on their minds here. Commitment coming closer to you. Let's see what else for pile number. Wow, 10 of coins. So how more positive can we get? Do we get the Lovers as well? So for pile number 1 here, Spirit, we have 5 of coins. Okay, so this is taking a bit of a turn now. This is maybe why this has not been, let's say, consummated yet. This has not been coming together yet, because your person is in the 5 of coins mentality. So there is something that's holding them back here. So what does your crush feel and think? Anything else that wants to come through now, Spirit, please? We have here the Moon, so there's quite some uncertainty going on in this connection as well here. Right, I do want to clarify the 5 of coins, please, Spirit. We have the 5 of Wands reversed. Maybe one more card, please, to clarify the 5 of coins here, please. 5 of coins, clarifying the 5 of coins for pile number 1, please, Spirit, for group number 1. Clarifying the 5 of coins here. The High Priestess is showing up for us. Alrighty. I also want to clarify the Moon card there. Oh, that one just wanted to jump out quickly. I didn't even get to see what it is. So the Moon card, please. Ooh, the 10 of Wands here. We have also Death showing up and the King of Cups. Okay, very interesting energies here. Your person is going through quite a strong transformation, I'm getting. We have the 6 of Cups as the bottom deck energy here. Let's just take it like that and leave it here. So yeah, there's a lot here. Like, there's a lot of positivity on the one side. It's like literally on the one side. There's so much positivity, and then here we have all of these darker cards. Even like in color, you can see how the contrast is very, very strong here. So there is a lot of love here on the one side that your crush feels towards you. They admire you greatly. Like, you are very sexy to this person. You're very alluring to this person. You are like very, very attractive to them. I'm hearing like they love your skin. They love your appearance, whatever it is. Like, they love the way you present yourself. They love the way you dress, the way you move. The way you walk even. They love maybe the car you drive or something like that. You know, there's something about you that's just very, very sexy to this person here. And they love how you are able to navigate the world, how you're able to walk through the world like with such ease, with such grace and flow in some sense. So they admire you greatly here. They might even be putting you on a little bit of a pedestal, it feels like, with this Queen of Coins. With the Four of Wands, your person is interested in commitment. Like, they're interested in coming together. They are interested in evolving this relationship here. Definitely. Like, they're interested in building some type of a life together, some type of a community together. Especially here also with the 10 of Coins following the 4 of Wands. You know, this is very positive energy. This is an energy of wanting to build a life together, wanting to build prosperity together, a community, communal, you know, partnership, to have balance in your lives, to have, you know, abundance of each other, but also an abundance of people here. You know, they want to really connect with you. They want to love and adore you. They want to have you meet their friends, I'm hearing here also, and they want to meet your friends. You know, they want to get to know the wholeness of you. That's also your group of friends, the people who you hang out with, and they want themselves to be accepted as a wholeness in themselves from your side here. They want to share in life with you. They want to share their lives with you here, basically, is what I'm getting. It feels like they do have to walk through some type of a door still. They have to walk through some type of a transformation here in order to get to you. This card, as you're seeing here, it feels like there is some type of a portal or something that they have to walk through in order to get to this other life even. This to me feels very shamanic in its essence. It's a transformational journey for your person here, definitely. And while we're on that topic, there is a strong feeling of connection with you. With the Six of Cups, there is a lot of nostalgia. If you have had maybe something together before, even if you haven't, there is a strong feeling of nostalgia with you, like you remind them of someone. You are like the missing piece that they have been searching for, maybe for quite a long time now. You feel very homely to this person. You feel very much like home, very much like love, like friendship, like understanding and adoration to your person here. They definitely want to share their own cup with you. They want to share like their physicality and their emotions with you here. We also have the King of Cups, so they definitely feel very strongly for you. Like even though I'm now going to go into some shadowy aspects here. Keep in mind that your person feels very strongly for you. They are very connected to you emotionally. Your person feels like that ocean of love for you, even though they might be bad at showing this or confused in showing this to you sometimes with all of these cards here sort of weighing them down. This love is still going strong for you here. Okay, so with that being said, now it feels like they are going through some type of I'm feeling like a strong mentality of not having enough, like a lack mentality is what's showing up here with the Five of Coins. There feels like they have lost something that has been very dear to them in the past, let's say, months, and they are now learning how to move through life without that in some sense. So there was something that really shook up your person in the past months. Something that really, it shook up their groundedness in the world, I'm hearing here. This might have been a death of someone even. It might have been like a loss of finances, a divorce, or a separation from their person maybe. From separation from a previous partner or something like that. It definitely feels like there is something that's lacking in their life now. There's something that's like empty. There's something that's lacking. Something is not there that was previously there, and they're experiencing like a deep existential lack of something. And at the same time, there is sun showing on them. There is sunlight that is being shown on them. So spirit is allowing them to enter or step into a new cycle, to allow new things to grow, to sow new seeds and things like that. So spirit is giving them the light. Spirit is giving them the light at the end of the tunnel here. However, the person is still in the tunnel. So your person is still in this moon energy. This energy is an energy of uncertainty. It's an energy of not knowing where you are. It's an energy of sort of being lost in the dark a little bit, and just having that sort of one stream of light, one stream of this feels good that you are following, basically. So it feels like your person is still quite low in energy. They are not feeling excited, even though there is so much love for you here on this direction. But overall in life, in their own personal expansion here, they are not feeling excited. They are not feeling empowered. They are feeling quite lost, sort of lost in the tunnel or lost in the forest with only this moonlight to guide them. And then there's also like this flux of emotion. There's a lot of emotion going on. They're feeling a lot of things showing up for them, maybe even in regards to you and your relationship, but it's not specifically linked to you. So if you have maybe been feeling your person being weird or acting weirdly or coldly towards you, all of a sudden it's not really so linked to you. It's more linked to what they have been experiencing in their own personal lives here, okay? So this lack that they have been experiencing, or this hardship that they have been going through here. So the Five of Coins here is also connected to the High Priestess and the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands reverse is making me feel like there was scattered energy before, but now it's beginning to be a bit cleared up, especially since your person is starting to listen to their intuition more and just learning how to trust more is what I'm getting here. So they're learning to trust spirit more, they're learning to open up more, and they're learning to not jump around as much if things seem out of their hands. So they are learning to release struggling and to let go and to just trust that everything's going to turn out all right here. With the Five of Wands reverse, I'm getting that, and with the High Priestess, definitely. Like they're learning to sit back and allow the universe to bring them what needs to be brought to them here. So this is where your person is in a way entering the Ten of Wands, or is releasing the Ten of Wands energy and is entering into the Death energy. So they are releasing this hardship that they have been carrying, this feeling of having to figure it out all, or having to know it all, and having to hustle and, you know, struggle in order to survive and things like that. Survive meaning not just in the physical sense, but also emotional sense, also spiritual sense here. So they're now releasing this struggle, they're releasing all of these things that they have been carrying, all of this baggage they have been carrying. They're entering more into the rebirth phase of their lives. So they're entering more into the phase of where they are getting to know their shadow, where they are making friends with their shadow, learning more about it, sort of opening up to their shadow a bit more, opening up to their subconscious a bit more, which is leading them to some a little bit darker aspects of their own psyche, but still it is something that's leading them overall towards the light here, you know, even though it's the tunnel area that's currently going on. You know, they're still lost in the forest, lost in the dark. There's a lot of uncertainty here because they don't know what they don't know here in the unconscious realm. And they are basically moving through it slowly, gently. They're learning to let go, I'm getting. And they are processing through this death and rebirth phase of their lives right now. So that's what I'm getting here. Do remember the King of Cups already came out before as well. So they still have a lot of love for you. So even though they're going through this death and rebirth here, they still have like this love for you. You might even be that light at the end of the tunnel that they are experiencing, you know, because this King of Cups is also a very light card. It's also a card that is carrying sort of like a optimistic, hopeful energy. Even though all of this seems like very much sort of dragging your person down, the love towards you is something that's keeping their head up. It's keeping them trusting. It's keeping them hopeful. That's basically what I'm getting here for you guys. What does your crush feel and think about you? They see you as a guide even here with this, all of this love that they feel for you, that is almost like their guide, their force of guidance, you know. They are very connected to you. They feel very drawn to you. They feel like you are an incredible person, and to be able to connect with you, it's something that's keeping your person sort of still swimming in a sense. So they are just keeping swimming like Dory because of you, in a sense, because of this energy that they feel in regards to you. do want to specify again, this is the energy your person is feeling for you. This is their own perception of you. This might be wrong for, you know, some aspects that are showing up for you here, but they are seeing you as the light, you know, as that guiding energy. So that might not have to do that much with you specifically, but it is the energy that they are feeling, that they are in a way connecting with you. This energy is in their head connected to you and to your physical existence, the way you show up to the world here. And they feel a strong affinity, a strong love, a strong guidance towards you here, even though there is a gap between you. I'm feeling like right now there is like a gap between you, but they are sort of keeping this like a light, keeping you and keeping this possibility of being with you as though it's a light at the end of the tunnel almost. It's keeping their head upright. Let's see now what else wants to show up. I feel like I want to get you some cards from the erotic tarot deck. So let's see. What does your crush feel and think about you? What does the crush for pile number 1 feel about them? Okay, they don't want me to take any of these. What does pile number 1's crush feel about them? Okay, so we have one card, we have another. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles showing up for us again. This 5 of Pentacles is like, again, like a message about you being the guidance for this person, you being the one they look up to, you being the one who is guiding them towards something better in their lives currently. So they're almost approaching you and your existence in this world as though it's a deity of some sorts, as though you are a goddess or a god of some kind. You are like a spirit guide to this person. By just walking the earth here, you are a strong guidance force for them. Even though you don't realize it, or even though it's like baffling to you how you can be that, you are very much presented to them as that. Just energetically even, you are very much like a guidance to your person, a guidance outside of this 5 of Pentacles lack mentality, lack feeling. So we have also the 4 of Swords here showing up, and this to me is talking about rejuvenation. Your person is taking some time off in relation to you to just think about themselves, to think about this connection, to think about who they want to be here. So they are, I feel like, doing a lot of introspection, a lot of reflection. They're taking their time to really process things in regards to their feelings too, in how they want to show up, in how they want to be, how they want to present themselves. They feel like you deserve a lot more that they can offer you. So they are still learning to get on their horse with the Knight of Pentacles here, with the what's this card again? I'm feeling like it's strength, but to me it definitely feels like strong emotional empowerment that they are stepping into with these cards. They are not there yet, and it feels like your relationship is teaching them to step into their empowerment a lot more, to step into who they are a lot more, to just have that strong sense of emotional stability. It feels like your connection, this crush that they have for you has shown them how maybe unstable they are in themselves and how much they have to grow and evolve still on the emotional level to be able to sort of feel like they can match you here, which is maybe also why this death and rebirth situation was ushered in for them here. Okay, so this whole reading, it feels like it's more about how, you know, they feel about themselves, how they are evolving for themselves, and not so much how they feel and think about you. I feel like how they think about you is very clear. It's very very, very sort of innocent, very pure. Like all the energy that's directed towards you, it's sort of like you are almost perfect in a sense, which is also like a little bit of a problem for them because they're putting you on a pedestal in some sense here, but they are definitely, you know, seeing you as a very beautiful person, as a guide here. They don't see your shortcomings as shortcomings or your weaknesses as weaknesses here at all. You know, they see you as perfect in a sense, and they see themselves as, I'm hearing, like not good enough. Like even the love that they could offer you with the King of Cups here feels like they feel like it's not good enough, like their cup is not big enough to pour on you or to pour into yours. Like they feel like your cup might be too big for them to be able to fill it, or for them to be able to contribute to your well-being here. So there's some self-esteem issues that are going on here, but it's again nothing to do with you. It's like they have problems with themselves, but they're able to separate that. They're able to separate what is theirs and what is only connected to you. And what is connected to you, it's just this purity, this innocent love, this wish for connection. And yet they know that they can't have this connection yet. They feel like they have to build themselves up first, like they have to work through this death and rebirth situation. They have to feel like they are good enough to be able to come towards you here. And they feel like, you know, even if they take too much time, it's still going to be worth it, because this whole process, this whole transformation that you have ushered in for them was worth it already. You know, you have created so much expansion for your person, so much understanding for them, that it is definitely worth it, what they have been going through here. Yeah, so that's what your crush basically feels and thinks about you. I feel like you had to know about what's going on in their current, more personal life here as well, to be able to sort of separate more about these things, what they feel for you and what is only theirs. Maybe you have been getting some intuitions here that they are feeling bad, and you felt maybe that that's connected to you here, but it's not at all. You know, they still see you as very beautiful, they still see you as very loving, they see you as someone who is very innocent, very pure, sort of very regal in a sense, you know. That's what I'm getting here for you guys. So yes, that's all I have for you today. Let's see, maybe let's get you a guidance card. I feel like I want to get you a guidance card today. So let's see, for pile number 1, please Spirit, for pile number 1, one guidance card concerning this relationship, concerning this situation. Okay, so we have slow down to relax, break to enjoy the beauty around you. So you need to slow down. Maybe you have been overthinking. Maybe you have been sort of stuck in a loop in some sense, maybe with work, maybe with some patterns, maybe with thoughts, maybe, you know, something else entirely. So it's time to slow down a bit and relax, take a breather, do something that really relaxes you, or something that is like a strong pampering to you. So you do need to sort of settle yourself back towards yourself here. Settle yourself back towards your self-love, towards what is the most self-loving for you to do for yourself here. Not focusing on other people or focusing on the world around you, but just focusing on yourself. What do you need to do? What can you do to pamper yourself today at this point? Alrighty, so that's your message. Slow down to relax. That's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 1, the Rose Quartz Crystal Group. Thank you for watching. Thank you for connecting with me today. It was a pleasure to read for you today and to be your guide, to be your channeler. Do let me know how this reading was for you downstairs in the comment section down below. Don't forget to also like this video and subscribe down below for more similar pick a card videos coming your way in the future. If you're interested in a personal reading, all the information is also in the description box below this video, so make sure to check that out if you're interested. And other than that, I'm hoping to see you again in another one of my videos. Do check out other Valentine Special video series that I have made for this year, and I hope to see you again soon. Ciao! Mwah. Hello, my love, and welcome. Group number 2. If you picked the green Aventurine here, or if something else led you to this group, welcome. You are exactly where you need to be. So this reading today, it's going to be about what does your crush feel and think about you. So I'm just getting guided to the Little Prince Tarot today for you guys. So let's see what it has to say for you. Let's see, what does your crush feel and think about you for group number 2. Okay, so we have the High Priestess reversed here. It feels like they are uncertain or a bit in the unknown about your connection. Currently, they feel a bit confused here even, I'm sensing. They don't know what exactly to think and feel. They have been getting like intuitive hits from spirit. It feels like they have been intuitively being like hit by spirit, but they don't know what to think about that. It's like they have a lack of clarity, a lack of understanding. Like it feels their own ways of understanding the world are keeping them a little bit captive about this situation that they have going on with you. Let's see what else shows up for group number 2, please. What does their crush feel and think? Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. They want to rush forward, but they don't know how because they don't understand the situation, basically. Yeah, what else? We have the Emperor showing up. Yeah, so they are in their power. It feels like this person is definitely in their power here towards you, towards your situation, but they are not sure how to approach this. They are not sure how to read this situation on a more spiritual level, and that's keeping them confused about reaching forward or showing up for you, because they don't know how exactly they should show up, how exactly they should interpret these signs that have been given to them. And they're sort of like, I feel like asking themselves, like there are like these big question marks around your person, whether or not they should take a step towards you or not, what they should do. So it's a lot of second guessing energy showing up here. They are not sure what you would want here either. So this is a big question also about what you want personally, what you need personally, and what they can give you personally. So your person is definitely quite in a masculine energy currently, especially towards you, which would put you in a more feminine, receptive energy. But they feel like they can't open up or step into this embodiment of the Emperor completely, it feels like. Even though if you're like a man or a woman, doesn't matter, let's just leave that. You do have feminine and masculine traits within you nonetheless. So if you have been exhibiting or maybe showing up as a more masculine energy, it would be maybe a good thing to just loosen that up a little bit, sort of soften that up a little bit, and maybe step into a more feminine, receptive energy, an energy that is more like water, more flowy, more receptive. You know, that would allow your person maybe to move towards you more easefully, with more ease. I'm not sure easefully is even a word. But yeah, they do definitely want to step towards you, you know, they want to take care of you. They have this strong feeling of wanting to protect you, wanting to be needed. So that's a strong one for some of you. They want to feel needed, all right? So do make note of that. Are you allowing a space for your person into your life? Are you making a space for your person in your life here? For this crush, are you making a space for them that they can fill? Like something that they can do for you, something that they can help you with? Is there a place for them in your life? If there isn't, you have a strong, message about what you have to change. So, and why they can't show up for you here, why this Knight of Wands is reversed, why they can't come towards you and rush towards you here. So let's see what else shows up for pile number 2 here. We have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, your person is, it's making like a decision. They're making a decision. It's like this or that. Should I or shouldn't I? It's like going back and forth between two different options. These two different options do feel like they are quite, you know, grounded in this physical life. So it's maybe they're going back and forth between contacting you and not contacting you, being in some type of a relation to you or not being in some type of a relation to you. And they're very undecisive, so their energy is sort of very scattered about this. Should I or shouldn't I? Is this right or isn't this right? Do they want me to or don't they want me to? So it's a lot of that, but more related to their action, so what they can do or can't do. Maybe it's also, do they need me to fix this? Do they need me to do something for them or not? You know, do they need me to fill a certain role, like building or fixing a helicopter or something? Take that as it resonates, but for your specific situation, of course. But yeah, do they want me to fix that thing, or do they need me to be there to help them with that thing or not? So your person is very much in a masculine energy, and this is something that you need to understand. I'm hoping to sort of convey this message to you here. You know, you need to have a space for your masculine energy in your life. Okay, and this person is in a masculine energy, so you need to create that space for them, otherwise they're not going to be able to come forward to you, and that is your message. Okay, let's see what else. The Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, they feel very stuck. They feel like they are done being stuck, and they're not, they feel like they're just going to do their own thing, but they're not going to step towards you if there is no space for them, if they can't fill a certain role or a certain need in your life currently. So your person is sort of like very open. They feel like they are waiting for you. We have the Star here, a beautiful star card as the bottom deck energy for us. So they are looking at you to make a move, basically. They're looking at you to ask them for guidance, ask them for assistance, ask them for whatever it is that you're maybe wanting them to do for you. So they need some type of a open door for them to be able to walk through then and to take up a role, a certain role in your life here with the Emperor card, okay? So that is what's coming through very, very strongly. Okay, so your crush feels and thinks towards you in this way, that they want to come towards you. They want to be there for you. They want to protect you. They want to care for you. They want to do things for you, you know. They want to help you in any way that they can. They want to be there for you in any way that they can. But the problem is there is maybe a lack of space for them here. And that's something where you have to work on for yourself. All right, so let's see what else wants to show up here. What else? What else is going on for them? What else do they feel and think about you? So in a way, they are waiting for you to make a move. They are waiting for you to make some type of a sign that they can then step in your life and build things forward and move things forward with you. And that's basically where your person is. So let's see what else. Is there anything else that wants to show up? We again here have the Knight of Cups. I'm thinking I saw the, now I didn't see the Emperor. Again, let's see what's showing up here. Okay. So we have a lot of beautiful cards here, but a lot of them are like in reversed. We have the Knight of Cups. So your person wants to come forward. They want to express their love, their care towards you. They definitely feel very strongly for you. They are, I feel like, definitely in love with you here. We have also Temperance. So they're trying to be balanced, be grounded in themselves, but they feel like they are not doing a very good job at this currently at all. They feel very much like out of whack currently in regards to this relationship, and they are sort of asking themselves what's going wrong or what they should change. Why isn't this relationship working out? You know, they feel like they can have something very, very beautiful with you here, And they definitely feel like they are quite committed to you with all of these beautiful cards showing up. And yet something is not working out. Something is like there is a blockage in this relationship. There is a blockage in this connection, and they are sort of like, why isn't this working? Why isn't this happening? What's going on? What's happening? Why is this happening? You know, I don't understand. What is this blockage that we are encountering in this connection? Because we could have a beautiful life together. We could have this 10 of Cups together. We can have this energy of, you know, just a lifetime of happiness with children if we feel called to have them. But overall, we could have this beautiful, loving, like an exchange of love and sharing of love here. But somehow it's not happening. Somehow the planets are not aligned for us. And I'm just asking myself, why is this? Your person's asking themselves, why is this? Why isn't this happening for them? Why isn't this happening for you? Why are there these blockages here? You know, that's what they're asking themselves, basically. That's what's going on in their mind. Yeah, we have the Devil. Why is there this blockage? Why is this blockage there? Why is this stopping us? Why is there some type of shadow cropping up here? Why is it here, and what does it want to tell us? Your person sort of, they feel quite sort of pushing away. Resistant is the word, yes. They feel like they're pushing away any knowledge about this blind spot or this blockage about your connection. They want things to be like good, happy with you, but they are not bringing their attention to something that is holding you back, or what exactly is holding you back here. Like they want things to be good, they want things to be balanced, but they are not approaching the whole situation. You know, they're not bringing light to the whole situation here. It feels like they want to be kept in the dark by themselves regarding some things. This is quite a complex pile, I feel like, because your person, they don't want to reach into the darkness. They find this scary. And then they are just asking themselves, why isn't this working out for us? Why isn't this happening? Why isn't this, you know, this and that? Why is it going badly? You know, why there was this lapse in communication or something like that? Why wasn't I able to step forward in the way that I wanted to? Because look at that. This is like the ultimate romance, the ultimate, you know, expression of love, even though it is quite teenagery, almost like in its energy. It's quite young, it's very fresh, it's sort of impulsive a little bit, but it's still there, it's still coming from the heart, you know. This is expression of love, this wanting to sort of have a life together, this wish for love and for balance and for connection, but something is not aligning itself, and your person is like, why isn't this happening for us, you know? It's that type of energy here. I feel like I'm going to do something a little bit different for you guys, and I'm going to get you a card about the blind spot in this connection, because I feel like you need it. So I definitely feel like you guys need to hear about your blind spots in this connection. So I'm just getting the deck ready here. We are going to be using the Teal Swan Blind Spot Oracle for this connection, because I definitely feel like you definitely need this. All right, so we are going to be getting a blind spot in this connection. What is something that you both share here? All right, so for pile number 2, what's the blind spot here? Because I feel like this is all sort of smooth, but there is something like sort of a gap, something that you're both not seeing about this connection, and we want to get to the bottom of this. All right, so what's the blind spot here in this connection, please, Spirit? What's the blind spot in this connection for pile number 2, please? What's the blind spot here? What's the blind spot in this energy? So we have number 44 and 23. We are going to be looking at both of these as both have come out. So they look like that. Basically, they are presented as these sort of trance-like symbols. So first of all, we're going to be looking at number 44, and then we're going to be looking at number 23 as well, all right? So number 44, this card is about expectations, okay? So this sigil basically is talking about the expectations, and if you draw it, the expectations are creating really intense resistance in the situation that you are currently in with your person. So you're most likely not being honest about your actual expectations. This is going, again, I want to just connect and, reframe this in a way that this is for both you and your person here, okay? So you are mirroring yourselves in this way. So as a result of, not being honest about your actual expectations here, you are apt to be disappointed and you're apt to be on a totally different page than the other people are. Okay, so it feels like your person and you are in different spaces currently. So we all have expectations, of course, and these expectations may be subconscious or they can be conscious and consciously presented to you. So yeah, what would be best in this situation here? It would be best to communicate to the people involved in this situation so that they have the chance to either agree to your expectations or not agree to them. Only then can you decide what is in the best interest of both you and your person here. So yeah. So one of the best things about being upset in a situation is also that it is the best opportunity to figure out your subconscious expectations and assumptions. So if you have drawn this sigil, you are being asked to become aware of what your expectations are or were in this situation. And then you must decide consciously if you want to maintain these expectations or let them go. If you want to maintain them, these expectations must be communicated to the people involved as well. Okay, so that's your message here. Basically, the expectations are a problem here. So now let's look at this card number 23. This one is, I feel like, quite a similar energy to 44. And this card is talking about inauthenticity, okay? This is again talking about not being honest with you, but in a little bit of a different way. So this sigil basically means you're not being authentic. You're not being honest to yourself or to others. Each person comes with a unique essence, like an energetic signature of some kind, and your unique purpose and unique thoughts and unique feelings and unique desires, needs, roles you play in the greater universe, and so on. And we can only be authentic to the degree that we currently know ourselves, all right? So for this reason, it is critical to look inside yourself at this time. Authenticity is the conscious mending of the incongruences between one's inner self and outer self, okay? So what doesn't match on the inside is also not going to match on the outside. What is within is also without, all right? What's inside is also outside, being mirrored to us. So what is your message here? Your message basically is you can only do something with something that is real, all right? Unless you know and admit to what you really think, what you really feel, really want, really need, and actually want to do, you are working with illusions and you are not going to get anywhere. It is like building a castle in the air or a castle in the sand, which is what you both are doing currently in this situation. And that just means it's going to crumble, a wave of water is going to come and it's going to crumble this all to pieces. So in this situation, you're not being authentic. So what you need to do is, what you need to consider is to go deep within and ask yourself, what do you really think, feel, want, need, and do? What is real for you guys here. So what is real for you personally, not in any connection with this person. They should do the same. If you can communicate this message to them as well, and then just see where that takes you. All right, I feel like you guys needed a little bit of a, you know, red pill here in this situation. These cards, they are quite like, you know, the red pill of the matrix. They put you exactly where you need to be. They tell you exactly what you need to hear, and sometimes really hard to hear. So I do want to put that out also. You're very brave for being here and for listening to these messages here right now. I didn't mean to attack you in any way with these messages. It just felt like it was necessary to be put out for you guys, because you needed to get that sort of matching perspective of where you are, this sort of reality check of where you are, so that you can move forward now with this knowledge and with really knowing where you can focus on, with really knowing where your blind spots are here. Okay, so I feel like I want to get you just one last message of guidance in regards to you and your situation with your person currently. So let's see what wants to show up for us for pile number 2, please, here, Spirit. Some guidance for pile number 2, please, either in relation to this person or themselves, or both. Both would be best. Okay, so we have life's purpose here. Seek your own deeper vision for life. Yes, the universe is calling you to look within more, to be more present with yourself, to be more mindful of your own needs. What is real for you? What do you really need, want, feel, and so on? Exactly what was said here with this 23 sigil, this inauthenticity. You have to realize and look at your authenticity. Your authenticity is where your life purpose is located as well, you know. And this is where you will find your own deeper vision for life. Okay, so that's what you need to do. You need to look within. You need to focus on what is real for you specifically right now. This is, you know, taking you a little bit different direction than this person is, but maybe you're going to realize that you basically need them to fill your life in a specific way even, and that's going to allow you to come together and mend this sort of gap, this separation that you have going on currently. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be the channel through which these messages have flown to you today. Also consider liking this video, subscribing down below if you haven't already. Comment if you feel like you would like to share something with me or with our beautiful community today. If you're also interested in a personal reading from me, all the information about that is also in the description box below this video, so make sure to check that out if you're guided to get a personal reading with me. Other than that, I'm wishing you all the best on your continued life journey. Check out other videos from the Valentines Special Series that I have been doing now in February, and I hope to see you around. Bye. Mwah. Hello everyone. If you picked group number 3, this amethyst crystal, or if something else guided you towards this pile today, welcome, welcome, welcome to your reading about what does your crush feel and think about you. This is part of my Valentine Special Series, but it is of course a timeless video. Okay, so don't let the Valentine's Day fool you. This is perfect. Whenever you're finding it, you're supposed to be hearing these messages. All right, so whenever you're coming across this video or any other videos in the Valentine Special Series, that is when you are a match to the messages in these videos. Alrighty, so let's get into it. What does your crush feel and think about you? Whoa, interesting. What your crush feels and thinks about you. You are a force to be reckoned with. You are very strong and you are creating like a lot of disruption in your person, in their internal psyche. You are like the universe. Your love, your existence in this person's life, in their life world, has been very, very strong. It has almost pulled them apart, and it has created like a lot of expansion. I feel like this pile, it is quite clearly to me that this is like a strong soulmate connection, or like a twin flame connection. This is a very spiritual journey, all right? So the meeting of you two, basically the meeting of your souls, the meeting of your spirit, your energies, has created a strong shift within your person already. And as this relationship, let's say, grew and developed, or as just the energy was present within their energy field, they have become more and more activated within themselves. They have activated codes and aspects of their being that were not there before, or they did not realize they had, all right? So also, so certain layers are being peeled away from your person in regards to who they are, in regards to their programming, in regards to how they think this reality, the matrix, works. So everything is like being peeled off your person, like layer by layer, some type of understanding, some type of programs that no longer serve. It's all being taken away, and it is all also bringing out a lot of, I'm feeling like, childhood trauma or trauma from their current life here. So they're learning a lot about themselves. They're learning how they have maybe been holding themselves back for a while from life, specifically, you know, how they have been sort of shielded, or how they have been almost pushing life back, you know, almost like not wanting to deal with it. They're having to really look at themselves in this way. Also, a strong message here is coming through that this connection has very much activated your person also on a transcendental level here. They are learning about their ego and their transcendental higher self a lot closely through this energetic exchange, through your encounters. So they're learning that they are a transcendent soul, let's say, in a human body, that they are embodying like a human ego, a human system, a human organism. And they are at the same time spirit. They are transcending this in some sense as well. So this is what your person is learning. This is very intense. It feels like very awakening. It feels like it's also like something that they are struggling with, sort of like not really knowing where to step, what the next steps are, what they should do, how they should navigate this new existence of theirs. So what does your crush feel and think about you? They think you are an incredible source of wisdom, a source of knowledge, a source of infinite perspective. They also almost like see you like overlaid over the universe in some sense. Like your person considers you very, very strong in spirit, and also they consider you to be a great guide to them, a great guide on their spiritual path here, especially if you resonate with twin flame and soulmate archetypes. You know, that's like the main thing. They see you as very expansive. They see you as a guide for their life here. They see you as a person who is there to mirror them, to show them where their shortcomings are, where they should look at in their own psyche. It's like you are that navigational force, almost like a compass. You're letting them see more of themselves here. That's what's coming through. Let's see what else shows up for us now. Pile number 3, please, Spirit. I'm feeling a strong energy of the High Priestess here as well, like of deep knowledge, a deep intuitive knowing of where this is going. This is very much connected to your person's life purpose here as well, I'm getting from Spirit. Let's see what else comes through, Spirit, for pile number 3 here. We have Love Begins, the Ace of Cups. So they feel a lot of love for you. They feel overflowing with love for you. They feel like almost a spiritual bond, a connection with you at all times. They just feel warmly towards you. You know, this is the Ace of Cups. It's like they feel like their heart is full, like their soul is full when you are around them or when you two are together. So nothing but very, very good, very beautiful energies coming through for you today, my beautiful pile number 3. So your person considers you very highly. They just love that you are here with them, spending this time with them. It is a very sort of pure relation that they have towards you here. They are also a little bit, I'm feeling with this disruption here, they are a little bit stubborn and they don't like to be challenged as much as you are maybe challenging them, maybe not even realizing how much you're challenging them here. But with this disruption, they feel very challenged by you. But nonetheless, they feel very drawn to you as well. They feel very attracted to you because they have to work through their expansion due to this connection, in a sense. This connection is very activating for your person, and that's allowing them to transcend and expand on a very physical level as well, but also spiritual, emotional, and all the other layers that are over there. So yeah, your person is experiencing a lot of growth as a person through your connection, to put it very mildly and simply. They feel a lot of love for you here also. But they don't feel like they want to sort of be or consummate this in any way, you know. They don't want to just be physically with you. So it just is like a recognition of your beautiful connection, but this person is not like interested in sharing a physical life with you, you know, being with you physically, being your partner physically. They're more interested in just sharing this spiritual knowledge and activating each other. That's type of energy that's coming through. So it's about growth, it's about spiritual growth, this connection from your person's perspective, and how they see you as a beautiful guide. They see you as a beautiful mirror of their own self, of what they have to heal within themselves because of how they feel next to you. And they admire you and they adore you because of this. We have suffering in silence reversed here. Yes, they are transcending the 9 of Swords energy. They're transcending their anxious self. They're transcending their feeling of self-doubt through this relationship. They're transcending also the feeling of not being good enough is something that's coming through here. What else? They're transcending this feeling of having to be alone, having to do it alone. Like they're opening up more to people. They're opening up to different perspectives, different viewpoints due to this connection. But again, like their relation to you, it's just very open. It's something that they're accepting. Whatever you are going to bring to them, they're going to accept it, and they're going to sort of understand it from a very metaphysical level, from a more spiritual level, also very physical level in regards to needs being met. But all the time they're going to also sort of keep a tab open on the more metaphysical level. What does this mean for them also? You know, what is this mirroring in themselves? What part of themselves is showing up in the external as you that is mirroring these things to them and making them feel as they feel? So that is like a tab that's always open. It's sort of always buffering, loading in the background here for your person. And they definitely feel so much love for you here, you know. It's not like they have any type of grudges or anything towards you. I'm feeling like some of you need to have that told to you. They don't feel any grudges, or they are not, you know, being grumpy or anything over this connection. They just have a very specific way of viewing this connection, which is a connection that's more metaphysical, and that's how they are approaching this. So what does your crush feel and think about you here? They're approaching you as a mirror, basically, as a mirror of themselves, with needs, of course, with needs and wants and wishes and desires and so on. But all the while, you know, they are seeing how that is a mirror of them. Very, very spiritual, very metaphysical way of looking at things here. Like this card even is making me think of yogis or people in the Himalayas, or, you know, just people in the mountains, like hermits going into the mountains, being there alone, just sort of taking their time to be with spirit, to look within. It's that type of energy that's coming through. But looking within, it's not like suffering in silence, the way this card is presented upright. It's more about looking within and being gentle with yourselves, finding what you can find there, what you can learn about yourself here. And that's all about filling his own cup or her own cup here. It's about filling that cup of goodness and love, and then sharing that with the world, also with you here, nonetheless, you know. So yeah, it's very open mindset. It's got all the colors. It's very sort of oriented in a very joyful manner towards your connection and towards you. So your person is very much joyful towards you. They are in a feeling of joy, a feeling of love, a feeling of peace towards you, a feeling of harmony even. Let's see what else shows up now for pile number 3, please, Spirit. We have authority here reversed. So they are letting go of trying to hold things. They're trying to let go of control in this connection. They're really letting go, going with the flow around here. They are listening to spirit here at all times. They're listening to the universe. They're listening to the signs. These signs are coming through different people. They're coming through animals. They're coming through events. They're coming through synchronicities for your person. Your person is indeed very mindful of this. I'm feeling here. Yeah. But they're letting go of control, definitely. They're learning to let go and trust that everything is going to work out in the best way. They're in a way almost like listening to the gods, you know, in the old tribal groups, the way you listen to gods, especially in Nordic mythology, you know, it's like the gods know what they're doing. The gods will guide me towards the right path. The gods are already guiding me towards the right path. That's your person's perspective here. And that's how they basically view your whole connection. That's how they view you. So it's sort of like, it's a little bit distant, the way they view you. Like they are recognizing your physicality very, very strongly, but they are at the same time just really transcending this very strongly, because even as I am telling you about all of these things, I feel like I'm like floating out of my body a little bit, like my spirit is not completely present here. It's not completely embodied as I usually am when I'm doing readings. So this is very curious. It's almost like I'm in the observer mindset at the whole time. It's like I'm watching behind my head, sort of flowing up above my head and speaking or observing from that way and speaking to you then through that sort of filter of the body. And that's how I'm feeling. That's how I also think your person is viewing your connection from that higher place, from an observer mentality, you know, from a mindset of the observer. Someone who is not fully present in the this physical world, someone who is not fully embodied in this physical world, but someone who sees beyond. It's also possible your person has done like a lot of ayahuasca recently, or a lot of mushrooms or something that has sort of shifted their perspective drastically here. That's not going to be for all of you, but for some of you. Or for some of you, your person might have even gone through like a really strong rebirth, or that in rebirth situation, maybe even a strong awakening period in their lives, like a strong dark night of the soul, which has then led to a strong awakening, because I'm getting like a strong metaphysical vibe of this group. Like if this is not your person, then maybe this is not your group, but like this is a strong metaphysical aspect here that's showing up. Let's see what we have. We have hope. So yeah, your person is holding hope, literally, as this card is showing us. They're holding hope for your connection, for you to meet again, for you to come together as you should. I feel like currently they're still in the aspect of being born again. They're not currently completely out of that dark night of the soul energy. They're not completely out of this disruption energy. They are currently like in this energy of this is going to work out. I just need to trust. I just need to let go. I just need to stop controlling. I just need to stop controlling my thoughts and myself. And I just need to hope and trust that everything's working out precisely as it has to for us, for you and them, that is. We have like 4 major arcanas here, so this is very, very strong energy that's showing up for us here, you know. We have Emperor, we have Hope or the Star showing up, we have the Universe, which can also be like the world, you know, everything condensed together, everything in oneness together. And we have Disruption here, which is talking about death, rebirth situations, and also some temptation that might be lurking there that's connected to habitual ways and patterns. But yeah, your person is transcending that very drastically. It just might be important to note that this might also be about escapism in some way, escaping the external world, because something might be too painful to face with the disruption here, which is maybe why they're not completely out of the dark night of the soul yet here. Just that much is what's coming through. Let's see what else shows up. I'm feeling myself a little bit more sort of grounded now. We have patience and planning, the 7 of Pentacles. So a lot of patience and planning is required of this connection. Your person is being very patient with themselves. They're trying to be very patient with this connection here as well. They're trying to plan towards what is best for both of you. What they think and feel about you, they think and feel that your connection needs a little bit more time. They need a little bit more time to process things. Like this whole thing, this whole process is incredibly hard for your person. So they definitely need a lot of time to process this. I'm getting like 5 of Swords here also, which is conflict and defeat. So your person is running towards the light here. They're running towards the light. But this is also reminding me of Plato's cave, you know, when the unbound one, let's say, the one who sort of releases himself from his shackles, runs or comes towards the sun and is, you know, blinded by the sun and then stays there. This to me feels more like your person was awakened. They went towards the sun, so they exited the cave, but at the same time that was so overwhelming. So the sun, the warmth, the love, the enlightenment of that energy was so overwhelming that they had to run back towards, you know, the shadow light. The light that is the shadow, the light that is not the true light, the light that only, in a way, is like a little aspect of the true light. So it feels like they were not completely ready to take on the energy of enlightenment, to really recognize and become awake fully. So they had to come back towards what feels good, what feels more natural, what feels more sort of habitually natural. I don't mean natural in the sense of, you know, natural, but more habitually natural. What is natural to their habit, what is natural to their habitual self here. So that's what is coming through here. We have the Strength card here, or Power, as the bottom deck energy, and it's reversed. So this to me feels like they have to regain their power a bit more. They have to learn how to trust themselves, to really take on the energy of the sun, which is Leo here. They have to learn more wisdom through this whole process, your person here. Yes, they have to learn how to accept themselves more fully. They have to learn how to trust their own power here as well, with this Lion showing up. I'm feeling guided to get you some Osho Zen tarot cards here also. Let's see what comes up. What does your crush feel and think about? Pile number 3, please, Spirit. So they're going through a lot here. We have the World again. We are the world. This one is coming up reversed here. So this to me is saying they have not yet accepted all the parts of themselves or all the parts of you. I mean, this is of course an infinite process, but they have not yet come into some type of a harmonious interbeing within themselves, is what I want to say here. So this is the Ten of Pentacles reversed. They do want something with you. They want some kind of more embodied connection with you, more physical connection with you, but they're so not ready. Like with all of this transformation, with all of this disruption of their normal day-to-day lives, the way that they were used to it, they are not yet ready to move towards something more inclusive. They're not yet ready for that. What does your crush feel and think about you? Like, yeah, like they are very much preoccupied with themselves, but they have strong hopes for this relationship nonetheless. Like they know that they have to do a lot of work on themselves, but they are still like learning to let go of this authority vibe, this vibe of control, this vibe of also authority in the form of maybe a father or a mother or a parental figure in their lives that has been telling them how to do certain things. So they have to break away from that. They have to break away from the way that they were told they should do things here. That's basically what's coming up very, very strongly. Let's see what else. Maybe one more or two more cards, please, Spirit. We have the burden here showing up. This feels like this is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, it feels like they want to move towards something new. This is like, I don't know, like a satire of the Fool card to me, with this little cock here on the head, you know. Maybe your person is also being too cocky, you know. Maybe they're letting their ego take the reins sometimes, and they feel like, you know, that is disrupting them then, but they don't see that. So yeah, anyway, they might be more egoically focused, more cocky sometimes. They might be triggered in a way that they don't want to be. They feel like they want to move towards a different land, a different type of being, but they don't know how yet. They are, I'm feeling from Spirit, they are keeping themselves captive, Spirit is saying here. They are keeping themselves captive in their habits. Yeah, we have creativity, the Empress reverse. This is the energy that they want to be moving towards, but they're blocking themselves out. They're blocking themselves from coming into contact with this energy more by trying to just do things the way that they naturally and usually did them in this relationship or in other relationships. Yeah, we have control here as the bottom deck energy, so not completely letting go of control. We have turning in reversed, so they're not turning in enough. Let's see, courage. Yeah, they're not allowing themselves to grow the way that the universe wants them to. But we have receptivity here as the bottom deck energy as well. And this receptivity to me is saying that they are ready to receive. They're ready to be receptive. They are ready to move through these things if someone else helps them in some manner, or helps them gain insight into this in some manner. But yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. I feel like with creativity, they're definitely blocking their solar plexus chakra in some way. They're not allowing their energy and creative flow to flow. Maybe they're also blocking themselves in terms of sexuality here. Sexual pleasure and sexual expression is strongly linked with creativity and also with the life force energy. So they might be blocking themselves off in that way as well here. But you know, all of this, how does your crush feel and think about you? It has little to do with you probably. You know, all of this whole reading has somehow been about them, how they currently are, and not so much about, you know, their relation to you, but maybe this creativity, you know, this expression of their sexuality, this is also linked to you, you know, this burden, this is also linked to you. I mean, nonetheless, all of this, whatever I have been talking about throughout this reading, it's all linked to you. It's all helping you understand them and this burden. They are wanting to move to a different place where they could connect with you in a more, let's say, pure way, in a way that is right or feels right. That's where they want to go, but their ego is sort of in the way, their cock is in the way, let's say their cocky attitude is in the way here. So yeah, that's basically what I'm seeing for you guys. Let me get you one more guidance card just to send you on your way with some type of guidance here. Like your person feels like they're quite lost, but they are trying to find themselves in transcendental and metaphysical understanding. That's like the bottom line of how your crush feels towards you. Like they feel very strongly, they feel very lovingly towards you, but they are not sure how to ground this metaphysical knowledge properly, or know what to actually do with this, because they have been sort of so shaken up through their awakening. All right, so let's see for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What type of guidance do you have for my beautiful pile number 3 here? Okay, so we have move forward. We have 3 cards showing up for us. We have move forward, experience the grace of who you truly are. So you do have to live your own life. You cannot settle or wait for this person, Spirit is saying. You have to move forward. You have to experience life on your own. This spirit also is going to come towards you as you evolve on your own way. You cannot wait for them. You cannot wait for them to expand. You know, it's all a process that they are going through, and you have to go through your own process here. Do not be frustrated. Let go and feel peaceful. So it's time to maybe let go and to not be so frustrated with wanting this person to be a certain way, or wanting them to be a certain way towards you. They are, as said before, with this move forward card, they are in their own spiritual journey, and you have to be in your own spiritual journey. And we have here an open mind. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. So yeah, all of these cards, they're calling you towards something new. They're calling you to discover yourself in a new light, in a new way. They're calling you to expand, to try new things, to experiment with new things here. So yeah, that is basically where Spirit is asking you to go. It's asking you to dance with life, do something to change your energy here as well. That's a big sign of guidance for you as well. So do something to change your energy. Maybe you have been in a way stuck on this person for quite a while, and that's not doing you or them any favors. So you do need to change up things in your life at this time to be able to also allow your person to move through life in a more fluid manner here, because remember, you two are strongly linked. This is a strong sort of spiritual activating connection. So do remember that, keep that in mind. When you are good to yourself, when you're self-loving to yourself and doing what feels good to you, following what feels good to you, then you're also doing what is best for everyone involved, your person here included. Okay, so that's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 3. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me and for allowing me to be the channel through which these messages have flown to you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe down below. Let me know how this video was for you as well. I would be very curious to hear how this was. Like, all of these readings have been very, very interesting for me today. Very different energy, sort of very shifting, interesting energies. Not what I would usually expect to get with what does your crush feel and think. But nonetheless, this is what is coming through today. So I would be very happy to hear back. If you would maybe like a personal reading from me, all the information is also in the description box below this video. So make sure to check that out if you are interested. And other than that, I'm wishing you guys all the best on your continued life journey. Check out my other Valentine Special Series if you are called to. They're all timeless videos as well. And I hope to connect with you again soon in the future. Bye! Mwah.